Hey y'all, it's Miss Aponte. There's Brownie. It's so funny. He falls asleep with his tongue sticks out all the time. Say hi, Brownie. Say hi. Say hi. You tweepy. Okay. Today we're gonna do some stuff that will seem kind of confusing, but I just need you to take your time because it's not too confusing. You'll be able to get it. Because it's not one specific thing. It's just you're going to be learning how to solve formulas, which we've already been talking about, but I want to emphasize it because they're going to throw some different stuff at you. So I wrote it down for you. First, you need to write the formula, whatever it is. If you're finding the area of a rectangle, area of a triangle, area of a circle, circumference of a circle, whatever you're doing, perimeter, you write it down first like we always do. Then you substitute in the numbers, the information that you know from the problem. So if they tell you that the radius is a 2, you're going to substitute in a 2 in place of the r. Then number 3, you're going to solve the equation by isolating the variable. So it's either going to be a 1 or a 2-step equation. You may have to combine like terms. You have to isolate the variable to get the variable by itself. All right, I want you to turn to page 112. All right, we're going to do number 1. Find the area of a circle with a diameter of 42. Use pi equals 22 over 7. Remember, going back to our steps, write the formula. So, the formula for the area of a circle. Write it down. And like I always write, do not get it confused with this. That's circumference. Do not get it confused with those two. So we're doing the area of a circle. Second step. Go back to the steps. Substitute in the information that you know. The information that you know is given in the problem. Sometimes there's a drawing, sometimes there's not a drawing. And I know you guys hate it when there's not a drawing. Find the area of a circle with a diameter of 42 centimeters. Use pi equals 22 over 7. So I'm going to go the next row. I always go the next row. (22 over 7). Next, R. Oh, hold on. Oh, my back was hurting. All right. Dang it, you know I'm old. You know what? I always have the phone turned the wrong way. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, this is the harder part. It says we need to substitute something either for the A. It does not tell us the area. It says find the area. So we can't fill in anything for the A. That's what we're trying to find. But it does tell us the diameter. So you're going to think, oh, I'm going to write 42 here. But it says 42 is the diameter. We're not looking for the diameter. We're looking for the radius. So remember the drawing that we always draw. The letter D is really tall letter. That's how you remember that a diameter goes all the way across the circle. The letter R is a short circle. That's how you remember a radius goes halfway across the circle. A diameter goes all the way across the circle through the middle. Okay? So, we don't want diameter. We want just the radius. So, we need to divide that 42 by 2. So it'll just be half, it'll be a R. Okay? So it's going to be 21. But it's not just R, it's R squared. So you still have the squared. Some people put it outside the parentheses, some people inside. I don't really care. Keep going. 22 over 7. Next row. Now, you need to do 21 squared. Remember, it's not that. You write the 21 down and you write the 21 down 2 times. And you put a times between it. So 21 times 21. It's 441. Remember, you have to make it a fraction. Jason, you better remember, making a fraction means to put a 1 under it. Now, I better not see all this math over here in your equation. Do not write all this in your equation. This is your problem. This is just kind of like my scrap paper over here. This is what you should write on every row. Next row. Multiply 22 times 441. Trying to go kind of fast. So you multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. Remember when you were multiplying fractions. Okay, now that means 9,702 divided by 7. Do it on the calculator. We're done. Okay. So this all goes with number 1. I don't want it to get confused with number 2. So I'm going to use a different color for number 2. Number 2 says find the circumference. Ooh, that's a bad marker, I think. Yeah. Find the circumference of a circle. Oh, the circumference of a circle is 9 pi centimeters. What's the diameter? What's the radius? What's the area? So you can work these in any order. If one of them kind of gets you confused, you can work another one. I say, let's start down here. Write the formula for the area of a circle. Next row, what did they tell us? The circumference of a circle is 9 pi centimeters. So first we need to work, well, let's start up here. Circumference equals 2 pi r. Then we have circumference equals pi d. So this says what's the diameter. So remember, we're not going to use this one this time. We're going to use this one. So if the circumference equals pi d, fill in the information you know. So back to this. We wrote the formula. Now substitute the information you know. Do we know the circumference? Yes. The whole circumference, this is going to feel weird. The whole circumference is 9 pi. Keep everything else the same. You don't know this. You don't know that. Next step. Solve the equation by isolating the variable. So it says, what is the diameter? That's what we're trying to isolate. We're trying to get the diameter all by itself, like d equals a 2, d equals a 3, okay? So you ask yourself, what's keeping that d from being by itself? What do we need to get rid of them? So the pi is bothering the d. If we got rid of the pi, we would isolate the d. So remember, squish together means times. So the opposite of a times pi is divide pi. You're not going to like this because you're used to it being a number that you're dividing by. Cross out the opposites. But these are also opposites. So this part of it cancels out. So you don't have c anymore because you replace the c with 9 pi. So you have 9 equals d. So that's your diameter. Now we're going to do the radius. Really, you could work the whole problem again if you wanted to be that thorough, but you could look at that and say, if the diameter is a 9, go back up to our drawing. If the diameter is a 9, how would I find out the radius? The diameter is all the way across the circle. We want just halfway across the circle. So you take the diameter. So on this one, you could actually work out the whole problem and substitute in the numbers. But because you already know the d is a 9, you would just figure out by finding the r would mean I would divide the 9 by 2 to find out the radius. So the radius is whatever 9 divided by 2 is. So we're not going to work it out. We're just going to say, can I figure this out without even working out the formula if it's really easy? The diameters are 9, so whatever 9 divided by 2 is, that would be my radius. We just went halfway across the circle. So r equals 4.5 centimeters. Okay, we're about to run out of time, so I want you to go ahead and work this one by yourself.